All right, so we've got one bucket in my yard that we've got to check for sap. If there's anything in here, we're gonna run it over to Tom's. I haven't checked it in a couple days. Only 1.5 inches in the bottom. That's what she said. I'm hearing a lot of work coming from Tom's place. And by that I mean the sound of drilling and cursing. Let's go see what he's doing. What are you doing?
You showed up just in time. Making some mortar for tiling. Ty's gonna tile the head control. Yeah.
You mentioned work, and Ty took off. Yeah, you might get out of work after all.
Well, it's mixed now. So.
Yeah, but the wife doesn't know that.
True.
Ah, I see. You're not doing a very good job of hiding. 3 great big pileated woodpeckers just flew over. Must be spring.
Mating season. Horny.
Still frosty in the swamp this morning. Thin little layer. Kind of cool looking. All right, so channel updates. Got lots of stuff I want to talk about. We'll go for a little walk here and see if we can find some spring nature. There's all kinds of pileated woodpeckers out and about today. The raven was here quarking this morning. Beautiful sounding. All the noises he was making, I knew I was in the hot tub. I was going to get out and record it for you guys, and I thought every time I go to get a camera, they stop. And sure enough, as soon as I went to climb out of the hot tub, away he went. But I have decided I am going to upload videos 3 times a week. Sunday, Wednesday, Friday, something like that, okay? Those are the days I'm going to aim for, and then once in a while, if I have something extra or important to say, you guys will see me in between. I'm killing myself right now, just doing way too many videos. A while back, I was going to purchase the DJI Osmo action camera. And I canceled my order because I have 2 GoPros, and really I figured it's not anything special enough to, drop 400 bucks. I have found what I'm looking for. I have purchased a new camera. I'm not going to tell you guys what it is. It's going to be here in 2 weeks. It'll be a surprise when we film with it. I have so many ideas, so many cool things. The whole point of this new little camera is fun. That's what it's got to be. I own every camera you can think of, and I don't carry or use half of them because they're just a pain in the butt, right? There's so many accessories and so many, you own so many things, but you can only carry so many things, right? Spring has sprung, all the buds are starting. Not going to be long now. You can still see some snow behind me. And for those of you that watched the last adventures out with Stan, about 50 kilometers south of here actually, higher elevation, we still have a foot of snow in the bush. So we are not clear and free to do all the detecting and things we want yet, but it's coming in the next week or two. I am going to be out again with Stan this week. I've got 2 trips planned. More rock walls, more adventuring, bushwalking, old cars. There's a few places that we've been wanting to check on our list. We're going to check those off. Maybe we'll be able to do some detecting. I'm not sure if the ground will be thawed enough there, but we're going to go and we're going to try, so stay tuned for those this week. Tomorrow I'm going to upload the follow-up discussion for our first environmental documentary that we talked about last week. I didn't share those videos anywhere. There really isn't anywhere for me to share them. They're just posted on my channel. We still got over 1,000 views, and at least a couple hundred of you guys commented that you were going to watch, that you were interested. We talked about Seaspiracy, okay? Netflix documentary. If you get a chance, watch it tonight, because tomorrow I'm going to upload my follow-up, which is a discussion and whatnot. And when I did that, when I filmed the follow-up, I realized that this is what we've been after in terms of a live segment on the channel. That should be, could be, is going to be something we can do every couple of weeks. I'm going to point you guys in the direction of a new documentary or some stories and things like that. Local interest. Gary will volunteer. We're going to follow me in my quest to be more active, to do my part. And it's part of the environmental series, which doesn't have a name yet. And then we're going to discuss it. So maybe Sundays we'll go live for an hour, and we can all talk about what we thought about the documentary that Gary talked about, or told you guys about. And then I also want to get ideas from you guys. I have over 20 documentaries that I use for teaching up at the school, but maybe you guys know some that I'm not aware of, and there's always new ones coming out, and there's always new stories coming out around the world that we can talk about and discuss as well. So I think that's the perfect opportunity for us to go live, and you guys can chat with me, and I can chat with you guys. Insta360 H2! I can't keep it a secret anymore. That's what I ordered. A 360 camera, which I think this is going to solve a lot of problems for this channel. I've been doing a bunch of research on these, and I think it's cool. We can run this thing. It's basically like having another person film you, but you're on the end of a selfie stick. And what we can do with that is all kinds of cool dirt bike shots, four-wheeler shots, out in the bush shots. What I'm thinking more importantly is it films all around us. So if we do night walks, I put this thing in my pack sack, 2 feet over my head, I do my walk, and then during the editing process, we can see all around us, right? So you edit the camera position in post. You can see 360 degrees around you. So if we're looking for lights, we're looking for stuff behind us, it's going to be captured. It's going to be there. I think this is what we've been looking for. Is this the perfect solution? I don't know, but we're going to try it. Not to mention, it's all about fun, right? And I think I can have a lot of fun with this tiny little camera that's just going to fit in your pocket. Just the things I think we can do with this. Waterproof. So it's basically like a GoPro in a vertical design, and hopefully works better than my GoPros. I'm so tired of fighting with those things, especially up here in the cold. Sometimes they don't want to work. And on another good news front, I finally got my COVID shot. Arm hurts like a bugger today, but I'm feeling pretty good about that. So I have to go get a second shot. Obviously, I think they're extending them to 4 months now here in Canada. Another upcoming video that I'm going to do, maybe this week, the end of the week, or next week. My dad wants help cutting trails out behind his house. And what I want to do is take all of my trail cameras, which are not out in the bush right now. I've brought them in for cleaning. We haven't recorded on them in a month and a half. the freeze-thaw cycles aren't good on them, so I like to bring them in this time of year, clean them up. I want to put those out at my dad's and get some moose. We have yet to get good footage of moose on trail camera, and the swamp behind his house has moose in it quite often. We'll take a walk back there. We're going to blaze some trails. My dad's almost 70, so we're trying to make deer season a little easier on him. I'm not necessarily one who does, you know, setting up bait, but that's what we're going to do. My dad wants to have a spot there at the back end of his property where we have some trails cut just for the deer. We've got about 1 kilometer of trail we want to cut, make a big loop in there, and I found a really nice spot to sit. If you guys watched the hunting series last year, a natural, it's part of the tree, the base of the tree, and it comes up and it makes a beautiful bench, and it's sitting right on the side of a hill, and you're under this big old pine. And I want to make a natural spot for him, my dad, to sit there, and we'll put a feeder down below, you know, 40, 50 yards away, and he can do some bow hunting there, and I'm going to blaze and cut some trails for him, four-wheeler trails. So lots of outdoorsy stuff coming up on the channel, guys. Always photography stuff, videography stuff. I'm going to get back into doing some nature videos here. Of course, we're going to continue on with our squatching series. We're going to be camping out. I think we're going to end that series this summer by going up to Rabbit Lake with Corey and Phil, who I did their podcast show. They were gung-ho to go with me, so we're going to camp out there for a night or two. I think my brother might come, so that'll be coming up. That won't be till later on, probably end of July, beginning of August, when the bugs aren't bad. So, but I've got lots of plans, so hey, you got to have plans, right? Fox Den watching, we're going to do some of that this year as well, we talked about. And of course the new environmental series. So those are the things that Gary has planned for the channel. New gear and stuff. Olight has contacted me again. I don't know if I mentioned that to you guys before. I had a headlamp that went bad. Somebody at Olight saw one of my videos and said, would you like to do a video for us around Christmas time? I didn't have time. There may be some tech stuff on the channel coming up too. I get so many requests, and hey, if it's a good product and I can use it, I think it's about 140 bucks Canadian for this battery and the charging pack and everything, so we'll see where that ends up going. Why couldn't Insta360 have contacted me? I would have took one of those cameras for free and did a review. But we'll just end up paying for it and doing a review. That's even better, right? Because then you guys know you're getting 100% an honest, what does Gary think of this camera? And I'll tell you, I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. All right, guys, I will see you tomorrow on our Seaspiracy follow-up and discussion video. Comment below. Thanks for watching.